The lights are off and away they go.
Extremely loose. He's managed to hold on and they get
He missed the complete that. He's crazy stuff.
Side Freitas is on the grass on the infield before. He slides through. He tags Richard.
They hail from around the globe, and though separated by oceans, they gather in the virtual world for reasons as varied as their locales. Whether it's a defending champion looking to retain his title, a new and eager hopeful striving for recognition, or a legend prepared to recapture past glory, in the end, the one goal they all share is to win. But when naming a victor, only one driver's name can be etched into the record books. You're watching the Heusinkveld Engineering MX-5 World Tour.
High in an Italian sky, we look down upon Autodromo Internazionale Enzo Edino Ferrari, which this afternoon plays host to the Heusinkveld Engineering MX-5 World Tour. It's round 6 of 12 on the season 13 calendar. And as cyberspace streams to your place, get ready to enjoy the simulated MX-5 action, as everything from green flag to victory donuts can be seen live as it happens here on the Global Sim Racing channel. Ciao everyone, and welcome to GSRC's Countdown to Green. I'm Bill Soupzon. Helping me call the action is the Australian sage Richard Losper. Turning the knobs and pushing the sliders is our director Joe Peak, with camera locations created exclusively for GSRC by its in-house director of photography, Dougie Beard. Over the next 15 Streamy Award-worthy minutes, GSRC will bring you all the storylines, all the stats and facts you'll need to appreciate the 21 laps of competition that will immediately follow. And now let me reintroduce once again my longtime booth mate for the MX-5 World Tour, Richard Losper. Richard, welcome.
Hello there, Bill, and a very good day to all our viewers as well. So we are talking about the Imola track. Let's just call it Imola instead of that long, fantastic name which you had down pat there, Bill. Imola, of course, for those who follow a little bit of history, was the place where the very famous Ayrton Senna and Roland Ratzenberger died on the same weekend. I think that was way back in the 1980s when those two drivers died. And of course, he died coming off the very fast Tamburello corner back then. And that corner is here on display tonight as we watch the drivers go around. We have a track here which is a very technical, very demanding track. 17 turns in only 3 miles of track. The drivers will certainly be very busy. This track was built in the 1950s and it has succumbed to the same demands that most modern tracks face, and has slowly added chicanes over the years to slow things down a little bit. I won't talk too much more about this track. Let's have a look at the lap guide and you'll see exactly what I mean. Go ahead, Bill.
Alright, we've got Amjad Yama to the GSRC MX-5, so let's do a lap around Imola. Coming across the start-finish line, you'll just try to straight line things as the track weaves back and forth a bit. This will make it tough to tell whether a driver is defending into turn 1, so expect some miscommunication and maybe some awkward moments between drivers. Down into the braking for Tamburello, there's a little kink in the road, making it easy to clip the outside grass. Get yourself a good launch off the second apex of this section, and keep your foot to the floor around the third. From here, we approach Villeneuve. This can sometimes offer a place to pass, but because this first apex is very quick, it's a bit dangerous. Make sure to get the car slowed into the second half because it's incredibly easy to get greedy and push wide into the gravel. From there, you've got a short burst to Tosa, which is another spot where sneak attack passes can sometimes happen. This is a typical hairpin though. Square off the corner with a late apex to give yourself the best run up the hill. With so little power in the Miata, it's very, very important to try to get on the gas as soon as you can. Up the hill, the track will bend a little bit to the right, but you'll want to hold all the way to that side to line up Piratella. This is a turn that loves to make cars understeer. You've got a lot of runoff on the outside, but you can still lose a lot of time if you abuse it too much. Swing back to the left now and spot your brake marker for Aqua Minerale. There's two apexes here, but just like Villeneuve, the first one is all about getting the car slowed and ready for the second. Be sure not to carry too much speed and slide the car fully onto the AstroTurf. You will get a slowdown penalty by going too far wide, and that's going to hurt with it being an uphill climb afterwards. Plus, you've got heavy braking coming up into the Alta chicane. If you do try and overtake into here, be sure not to be side by side by the time you reach the corner. It's single file in this tight fiddly S. Unlike before, the AstroTurf on the outside is fair game, so don't be afraid to run out onto it. Once more, the track is going to weave left and right a little bit, and now we come back downhill for the final time of the lap. Heading into Ravazza, you've got to hold to the right, but because of the drop in elevation, it's very easy to overshoot this corner. It comes in two parts, this first sharper bend, then this more open and much more important second bend. With this last turn dumping you onto the longest acceleration zone of the track, you really need to learn how to nail it. Otherwise, you're going to be totally vulnerable to your opponents. But as we come to the line, you've now finished a lap around Imola.
Joe Peak on the mic talking us around Imola. A lot of elevation at Imola. You know, to quote Murray Walker, I saw this the other day, there's not only a lot of ups here, there's downs too, which seems only logical. Let's go ahead and work our way. Before we do the points, let's go ahead and review what happened last time at the Northern Loop when we went into Germany. There, 28 drivers signed on to attack the 14 miles of the Northern Loop. With the track so long and only 6 laps in duration, the fuel limit was removed. For the first time ever on an MWT broadcast, drivers could go the distance without stopping. Sergio Mora sat on the pole and was credited for leading the first 2 laps. It was a 12-car train after the first lap and an 8-car train after the 1/3 mark. At the halfway mark, Mika Eshouse had taken the lead, but with Mora in second. Still in the hunt, though, were Giuseppe Iannucci, Eric Garcia, Patrick Fliss, Jason Cooper, Boss Slav, and Tom Ratchey. At the 1/3 mark, Slav and Ratchey had lost touch, and the lead train was down to 6 cars, led now by the Slovene machine Patrick Fliss. But he was first to the white flag, and the chess match began in earnest. The last lap down the straight saw Eshouse lose the lead to Fliss and then get it back to claim his first win of the season and his 3rd for his career. Fliss finished, now get this, second for the 4th time this season. And how about this? The California kid, Eric Garcia, forced the GSRC stat boy Simon and Poindexter to go to work researching if his 3rd place finish was indeed the first podium of his career. They have reported back that it was the 2nd career podium for Garcia. He picked one up last season in his 65th career start. He got a second one here just last week in his 79th start. And so now, how do the points look? Well, despite being winless, 4 runner-up finishes and a 6th is good enough to put Patrick Fliss in the lead. Errol Num has 2 wins and trails by 37 points. Sergio Mora has 1 win and sits in 3rd, with the only other driver owning a checker flag, Sonny Katchen, in 4th. And how about the California kid? Well, Eric Garcia finding his way to the left side of the overlay, up 3 spots to 5th. Cy Andra, Travis Schwenke, Jason Cooper, Stephen Van Opsтрel, and the Bay State Hammer, Tom Ratchey, fill out the right side of the overlay. Richard, we've talked about the track, reviewed last race, gone over the championship. Now how about some race details?
Yeah, let's have a look at the race details. I'll pull that up real quick here, and I am seeing that. Give me a second, folks.
I can start you off there while I'll just jump in. This is round 6 of 12. Now remember, it used to be a 10-race season. They've upped it a couple races. There are 3. I'm glad I got this part because Richard hates the no-show compensation. That's calculated not by how a driver's average score throughout. So if you miss a race, basically however you've been doing that season, that's about what you're going to get. And if you miss a second race, you get 90% of that, and the 3rd race, I think, is 75%. Now we'll go ahead and give it to Richard to talk about probably his favorite car, the Mazda MX-5.
That is correct, and of course those in the know will know that this is a brand new Mazda MX-5, now the new Thai model, as it made a lot of improvements to the way the car handles and the drivers. It's changed the, I guess, the landscape for these drivers. But continuing on, the setups are open. They have a 30% fuel limit, which means they all have to make at least one stop. They are busy with qualifying at the moment. 2 laps they've got to post a qualifying time. All the races are predetermined distance, and today it's 21 laps of Imola. The starts are standing starts, as we know so well. There are no yellow flags, there are no stops during the course of this race. No fast repairs. No incident cap either. So this is a track, Bill, where the drivers will be able to make use of some of the limits of the track, let's say. There are bonus points for qualifying and miles per incident. The weather, of course, is dynamic, as we know, and today we have got 40 degrees Celsius on the track, so a pretty warm one today in the afternoon. These drivers will have done all their practice sessions in this type of weather, so they'll be quite comfortable. And with the car the way it is, I don't see a lot of problems for grip today. Back to you, Bill.
Richard, let's talk a little bit. We were talking before the broadcast about the new tire model, and to be honest, you've kind of whetted my appetite to get back in the car. You say that I might be a little closer to the front runners. It's kind of leveled the playing field a bit.
Well, correct. You might, come from last, maybe second last now, but you'll be better for sure. The car has changed a fair amount. The tire model has really given the car a lot more grip, and it is not easy anymore to put this car in a wall. You'll still see guys pushing it to the limits and putting it in a wall somewhere, but really that is difficult to do these days if you just know a little bit about how to drive this car. So it is different, and the thing that we're going to see today, Bill, is that it should make the racing a lot closer. The gap between the very fast guys and the not so fast guys will have diminished a fair bit now with this new car.
And talk about close racing. Now, this season, about the middle of last season, they took away the gimmick, the quick 6 gimmick, where they invert the field, and it hasn't affected the racing at all. In fact, we have, in 5 races that we've had so far, Richard, we have 4 different winners, and one of them is not Patrick Fliss, who has 4 second places. So the racing up front has been anything but predictable.
Well, that's right, and you'll see as the drivers become more familiar with this car, it's going to be even more different. You'll find somebody like Tom Raja. We saw him have a good finish last weekend at Nürburgring. He's been very fast. I've been racing with him at Silverstone in the official races. He's very good. There are going to be guys who are struggling, some of the fast guys. I know that guys like Sonny Kanchan are not that happy with the new car. They liked it to be a little bit more fiddly so that they could show their skill, but it is what it is.
You know, well, that makes sense. The guys with talent would like the car to be more technical to drive. It lets us guys who are talent challenged to have a chance of being a little more competitive. Hey, you know, a little bit earlier we did that recorded lap around here, and you saw what it was like, but to get an idea of what the track is like right now, maybe we can talk to one of the drivers that's just finished their qualifying in a segment we like to call 6 Sideways Behind the Wheel. And we have one of our favorite drivers here, series organizers, Jeroen Ursum. Jeroen, how did it feel out there today?
Pretty good. I think it's very important not to get a slowdown in the first lap.
Yeah, that's up. So did you get a clean lap in the second time?
Yeah, it was clean, but it was not fast. But I'm going for the hard charger award this time.
Yeah, you're back there in 26th. What would you be happy with today? You get inside the top 20?
Top 15. I think then 15. I will be happy. Yeah.
Richard?
Yeah, Jeroen, this is of course the new tire model on this car. How are you feeling about the car these days?
Yeah, it's a little bit easier to drive, I think. It's a little bit more forgiving. That's good for me, because the previous tire model I kind of lost it sometimes. But it is a little bit less exciting to drive, to be honest.
There you go, Bill. That is exactly what we were saying before. Back to you.
How about that? Thank you, Jeroen. I think you've said it very well. Good luck with him today. More forgiving, but less exciting. Less exciting. That's I can get on board with that type of thing. Hey, we got 30 drivers here today that have registered to race. Actually, 31. 28 were able to put in qualifying times. Richard, some big familiar names up on top, and we'll get to those. I think we can get to those probably right now, Director. I think qualifying is done. If you have the times, we can go ahead and run through the order. As this is a standing start, we kind of have to hustle through. Richard, let's take it a row at a time, if that's okay with you. I'll take the front row. Arrow Numb and Sonny Ketchen sit up there in row number 1.
Row number 2 is John Deuce Allen and Brian Holmes. There's a new name up the top.
Yeah, Holmes is fast. Travis Swenke and Patrick Fliss make up row 3.
And row number 4, Sergio Mura and Yasuda Shirewa.
9th and 10th place go to Ashley Beard, and welcome back to the series. We saw him last round, Dries Nice.
That is correct, and we wait for the next row to come up on screen. You'll be seeing it momentarily. And there we go, row number 6, Tom Rache and David Hampson.
Then it is Fraser Williamson and Gene Fittis. Boy, back there in 13th and 14th.
Then we have Eric Garcia, the California Kid, as Bill likes to say, and Michelle Van Dyke in row number 8.
Row number 9, Stephen Van Opsтрel and Nick Thiessen.
And finally, in row 10 there, we've got Patrick Post, there's a new name, and Tiago Almeida.
Hidden Blackjack, Carlos Escarla-Soler and Billy Bob Wright. Now just run through the rest of these. Jordy Fike, Mark King, Joe McDonald, Jeroen Ursum, Al Heeden, Rodrigo Lepre, Robert Hartley, and then 3 drivers who did not put in time, Robert Hartley, Tuan Tran, and Ricardo Margarita. 31 drivers on the grid. We'll see if they all get out there, but right now our attention is going to be put up front at Arrow Nome, and then now kind of in a new colored car there, Richard. Sonny Ketchen in the marshmallow machine there, all pure white.
Pure white car for Sonny. Sonny is unaffiliated with any team at the moment, and that is another story which we don't have time to go into here. But look at them line up and get ready for a start. Bill, back to you.
Engines harmonized. Now we see the tire smoke. Gather up the chickens, take cover behind the cows. The horses are out of the barn. And it is the Rolling Estonian, Arrow Numb, leading the field into the first corner. This little 2-3-4 combination. Left, right, left. There you go. Tucked in behind in the marshmallow machine is Sonny Ketchen. Deuce Allen, Brian Holmes, and Travis Swenke round out your top 5. Everyone, Richard, seemed to be making it through that first chicane.
Yeah, and I've got my eye on Patrick Fliss. He's in 6th position at the moment. He's got a challenge there going on Travis Swenke at the moment. Let's make sure we have a good look at that. They come out of the right-hander there, and now it's still Arrow Nome leading here. Sonny Ketchen in the white car behind him. John Deuce Allen in 3rd place. Brian Holmes, a new name, in 4th place. Brian is fast in this car. I've seen him traverse the Silverstone circuit very, very quickly, so he's doing a great job. Travis Swenke brings up the top 5.
Dries Nice did a great job getting around David Hampson as he moves up into the 9th spot. They are single file, and as far as I can tell, we still have all 31 cars on the gray part of the racing. Good battle going on back there as we see. We're watching right now up front. Some good fighting going on as far back as like 10th position. Ratchie in a battle back there with Fittis and Wilmanson.
Yeah, lots happening at the moment. Everywhere, cars everywhere. Let's have a good look here at Dries Nice, who's in 9th position. Dries is a known fast guy as well. He's just following Yaseta Sariva at the moment as they come towards the Alta chicane there, which just about will finish the first lap. They've only got a couple more corners before the first lap is done. The leaders will have already be just about on the end of this lap.
As they work their way through Vasa right now, they come down the main straight. We're going to give credit for leading lap number 1. It's going to go to Arrow Nome, but there is a battle for the lead. Now here comes Sonny Ketchen in that snow machine on the inside, and I think he's going to get this pass made at least for now. They go through corner number 1, which really isn't much of a corner. Now they get down into Tamburello, this combination 2-3-4 And yes, let's go ahead. Kanchan has the lead. Num drops to second. Allen, Holmes, and Schwenke running at your top 5.
Yeah, a lot of respect between Sonny Kanchan and Aero Num. I know for a fact they talk to each other a fair bit. And when they are on the track as well, they do have a great respect for each other. They're both very, very fast. But here comes John Allen. Look at John Allen putting it now. They come through Tosa there. Look at John Allen. He's anxious to have a go at Aero Num there, Bill.
And at the back of that train, he had fallen off a bit. That's Patrick Fliss has gone into 6th position within striking distance. Surprisingly off the pace, Richard. Sergio Mora back there in 7th.
Yes, Sergio.
Oh, Joe McDonald had an issue.
Joe McDonald, oh my goodness, yes, he came out of Tosa, and it is so easy to get it wrong and hit that wall on the left-hand side there, and he's done that.
Tag the left-hand rear of the car, the left-hand quarter panel. I think the car is going to be okay. Joe McDonald racing the namesake McDonald car there. Good looking machine.
Look at the top 6 cars built there on nose to tail with Travis Schwenke there in 5th place. Patrick Fliss having a look at Travis there. Travis is doing very well in this new car. Let's just call this the new car because it certainly is. Brian Holmes still up there in 4th place. He is shadowing John Deuce Allen. And then, of course, we've got Sergio Mora in 7th place. He's part of the next train, if you like, Bill.
Yeah, let's go back and look at that second train if we can there, Director. You see Fliss at the end. This is Mora. He's leading Shira Iwa in 8th position. Good to see Yasuta back with us here today. Dries Nice in 9th. Hampson back there. And then Ashley Beard. So it's a 5-car train following a 6-car train all the way back to 11th.
Yes, and then you've got Ashley Beard. He's in 11th place, just behind that group as well there. Ashley is, yes, he's in 11th place, and then Gene Fitt is behind him. Now, Ashley's been really fast as well in the official races, so he's just struggling a little bit for pace here. But there are so many good drivers in this series that it is not all that surprising. Let's go back and have another look at the front there. Sonny Kanchan still leading. Aero Num is such a complete driver, I believe, Bill. He knows exactly what's going on. He's just going to sit behind Sonny. There's no need to try and overtake at this stage because, of course, they've got the pit stop to come, Bill.
I can report that Tuan Tran did not take the grid, and it looks like Fraser Williamson, for whatever reason, has left the server. So I think we have 29 cars racing out there right now. Patrick Post, the last one, still on the lead lap. Patrick, his first race to the series. Welcome aboard.
Couple of guys off track there. Rodrigo Lepri and Diego Almeida still off track. Looks like a big accident there between those two. Yes.
Yeah.
And Eric Garcia was momentarily off track as well, so he might have been taking evasive action coming up on those guys.
That happened with Lepri, who was very, very slow up front. Billy Bob Wright got around on the inside. That's that light color car, but then getting caught up, the closing speed caught Almeida by surprise, and they got tangled together and both end up on the right-hand side in the wall.
And now, Bill, up front, there's just a little division taking place here. The top 3 guys have pulled away a little bit. That's Sonny Kanchan, Aero Num, and John Allen. Brian Holmes just falling off just a little bit with Travis Schwenke shadowing him. Maybe Travis Schwenke will make a move on him. Now, he has to if he wants to catch up to the top 3 because they're pulling away right now.
Yeah, you could, as we just got done with that onboard camera, boy, you can see that. Look at this pressure now. Num, you've got it, Richard. You really were nailing what we have to watch here. This is John Deuce Allen really being pesky there to the Roland Estonian in 2nd position. And I think Errol Num said, okay, I got to get going. And on my screen, Fliss is, or Kanchan is just blinked out. Is he back? I guess he's okay.
Yeah, he's okay. Errol Num is now giving him the hurry up as well because, as you said, John Deuce Allen right behind as they go through Tosa. This is such a difficult corner. It's a hairpin, a genuine hairpin. You really struggle to get through. It's now going uphill towards the next set of corners here, and Brian Holmes, you can see that he's struggling just a little bit to keep up with the front 3. And there you can see John Allen also being dropped off just a fraction as they come there through the Peritella. And here comes Holmes once again. This area of the course is so difficult, Bill. And you've got that going downhill into like a basin, and then you come out of there and uphill towards the Alta chicane, which is a very, very tough chicane, one of the toughest chicanes I feel in motor racing.
And now that it looks like Holmes, we were getting a little bit worried that Brian was going to fall off in that back 3, 4th, 5th, and 6th. We're going to lose touch, but I think we're good here. Richard, what about the draft here? There are some pretty long straights where the draft plays an effect, but there are also some technical sections as well.
Yeah, lots of technical sections, but of course the front section where the guys are right now, this is where the draft will kick in, and you will see if any moves get made to overtake, you will see it happen on this section of the course right here.
Catchin looks like he's going to lead the way. I'm not sure that Aero Num is going to force the issue. I think he's kind of pointless right now. He knows he's not going to run away from Catchin, so let's see if he wants the position. He has a run on him, but I think he's just going to come up and, yep, I think he's just going to sit behind there, see if maybe they can make this train not 6 cars long. Maybe they can lose a few cars, get those cars to uncouple. Right now, Richard, you know, we talked about those back 3 loose in touch. Well, that's not the case anymore. Holmes is right back there with him.
Yes, indeed. And whilst we are looking at those guys, they are settling into the race at the moment. They are on lap number 3. Is it lap number 3 or is it lap number 5?
Working lap number 5 right now.
Yeah, my eyes are giving up on me, Bill. They are working lap number 5 correct. I want to go back a little bit and have a look at the group here, starting with Tom Rache. Tom Rache is way off the group in front of him, but he's got behind him Carlos Scalazara, Mark King, then a long way back from those two guys. So a bit lonely there for Tom Rache and Carlos Scalazara, who really are better drivers than we're seeing right here at the moment.
Of course, Ratchie in 15th. That's a battle for 15th and 16th. Let's move up a little bit, Director. There's another 5-car train. It's really the 3rd train. We go up to Gene Fittis in 11th position. Now, he's coming up on Robert Hartley, who is a lap down. They're going to put him away. This is a battle for 11th. This is Fittis. Van Dyke is in there as well. Nick Thiessen. And here comes making a move. Look at this. This is Eric Garcia. He likes to finish inside. He likes to get top 5s now. This is Garcia trying to make a move on Thiessen, but is not going to get this done yet. Battling Richard. This is one of the beautiful things. If you want to join a great series, good racing, you may not be able to race with the guys up front, but you'll find somebody to race with.
Oh, absolutely. There's racing everywhere on the track, and good racing too. You do have the odd accident, but by and large, Bill, the series, the drivers are very respectful of each other and very clean for so many cars on the same track. And here we're having a look at Eric Garcia and Nick Thiessen going at it. Ahead of them, we've got Michel Van... Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. We've got to go for a pass for the lead here for what it's worth. Aero Num is going to go around and he's doing... Well, look where he's doing. He's going to do this into 2, 3, and 4. This is down the main straight again. So, new leader for what it's worth, Richard. Aero Num out in front, catching behind. I don't think there was a lot of arguing about that one.
No, there was, in fact, it could even have been some conversation between them saying, okay, you go ahead. But John Deuce Allen, he's sitting back there now. John, right on the rear end of Sonny there was nearly a contact made there, but John pulled up in time. Now they go into Tosa, that left-hand sweeper. Well, it's not a sweeper, it's really a hairpin. And if you get it wrong, as we saw Joe McDonald do, you can get slung into the wall on the left-hand side. But here they go up the hill now towards the Peritella. And I tell you what, this is a very, very technical part of the course they're in now. You go downhill here, and at the bottom of this hill, Bill, you have this right-hander here. Very tough set of corners, both of these, especially the one they're in right now. And looks as if Aero Num wants to break away there. He's not going to have it easily done, but he's got a tiny gap on Sonny Canton at the moment.
Well, it's kind of an interesting situation. It's not to your advantage to be out front because you're burning more fuel, and right now when racing is so tight, any little seconds that you can save by having to take less fuel, something that Deuce Allen might be able to do, sitting back there in third the whole time. Maybe he's lifting a little bit, might be able to take a little bit. Hey, I have to correct myself for a minute. There's a problem with timing and scoring. Go back to Robert Hartley. I said that he's a lap down running in 30th. That's incorrect. He is actually running in 11th. There you can see on our timing and scoring it says 30th. He's actually in that battle, so I apologize to all the friends and family of Robert. You are having a good battle right now, just ahead of Gene Fittis.
That is correct. And you talk about Robert Hartley there. I don't even see him on my screen at all, Bill.
Yeah, it's our timing and scoring is kind of weird. He's running just ahead of Gene Fittis right now in 11th position in that another white-colored car there from... Well, no, I guess I have a little flavor on him. Joe Peak, our director, it's kind of white right now. So it must be some issues going on. iRacing must not be liking Robert right now. Looking at Holmes. And we see that Holmes now is beginning. He's lost a little bit of spot. He's trying to get around Allen. Allen, Richard, we have to watch out here. Deuce beginning to fall off of the front two.
Yes, he is. They stepped it up just a little bit.
Look at this.
Look where John's way out there. He's had to lift off to keep it on the on the track. Otherwise, he would have got slung into that wall on the left-hand side. He thankfully was not, but he got passed there by Brian Holmes now. Brian moves into third place. He's currently on the podium, but that, of course, has given the top two a little break, and, well, in fact, a big break in the sprint race here, as Aaron Num leads and Sonny Kenshin follows him around in second place.
Yeah, that was probably the best thing that could have happened to those front two guys. I'm going to credit Holmes with creating that spin. He was really pestering Deuce Allen there, and I think he forced him into a mistake. Deuce will probably argue with me, but it looked like that from here. Now you have Swanky and Fliss back there a little bit worried that they're going to lose touch with the leaders. Let's see what Brian Holmes can do. That gap to the front two now, it's 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, it is, and the four cars behind them are nose to tail now. They've all caught up. There was a little break a couple of laps ago with the top three, which included John Allen. That's not the case anymore. Brian Holmes, John Allen behind him, Travis Swanky and Patrick Fliss. Well, Patrick Fliss moves to the inside. He's going to try an overtaking maneuver, but Swanky says, no, I won't allow you to do that. And he falls back into line, Patrick Fliss. So the car, it seems to me, Bill, I could be totally wrong, but it's okay, lead change here. Once again, we're hearing.
Yep, it looks like Sonny Kenshin has made his way around Errol Num. Again, I don't think it was all that much contested.
No, it's not. It's not an exciting push for the lead. No. It's just you have a go and I'll have a go next time.
Early days. Hey, let's take a quick look back at 17th position. This is Steven Van Ostrel. He's in a little bit of a battle with the car right behind him, and that is Ricardo Margarita. A couple newcomers to this series. This is their first really serious run in here, season 13. They're having a good run right now. Margarita back there. Watching the whole thing back there in 19th position. Jordy Fike having a nice piece of a race. Very, very clean racing so far, Richard. Only 3 cars that aren't in the hunt. Amieta and Lepre, and we saw them get together. And then Fraser Williamson he hasn't run. So still 27 cars out there on the lead lap.
Yeah, he was an early casualty. Joe McDonald is now coming into pits. He might be taking an advantage of the window just about opening now,
yeah,
I would think. And he's in there. But I want to go to Sergio Mora. I'm really surprised that Sergio is so far off the pace. He is faster than us. We know that he's faster. He must have had a couple of issues in the first few laps and maybe just had to take it easy. And now he's fighting to catch up with the lead pack in front of him. And I think, I might be mistaken, but I think he's getting closer.
Yeah, maybe. I know who's coming, though. It's Beard.
Oh, there was one of the cars there that got really loose. That's
yeah, it was Num and Fliss got together. Our leaders got together. I'm sorry, I apologize. Num and Kenshin. I didn't mean Fliss. Num and Kenshin, our 2 leaders, got together. Now Num
Let's have a look at that. Yes.
I don't think it was that costly as they lose a little time. Num
Num actually got into the back of him. or into the side of him, really. That's a hard hit. And Sonny's now come into the pits. And Num's in the pits as well.
Yeah, so they both decided to come in, but I think Num's going to be able to get out first. They are right now
Num's
right
taking
behind
right
each other.
side tires as well. Did he take 4?
Num is out.
Kanchan starting off right now as well. So we'll have to wait and see what damage has Sonny Kanchan got to his car. Car looks a little lopsided if you ask me, Bill.
Yeah, he got tapped, and then the nose of Num got into the side of Kanchan. We'll see how it feels. Neither one of these drivers really have much idea how the car runs. They had that incident and brought it straight into the pit lane. 5.5 second gap now from Num to Kanchan. For Sonny, it has not been... remember, he has 2 championships back-to-back under his belt, but season 13 clearly is living up to the number, as it has been unlucky for Sonny Kanchan. He can't seem to catch a break this season.
Yeah, and he's been involved in incidents, which is very unusual. Last season, we saw him basically get out front and lead a lot of the races from beginning to end. That is not the case this season, as you said. He's fighting to stay in it, and with the changes to the car, you know that other drivers are going to be up near or on his pace as well. So difficult time for him, but Sonny is a true champion. I have no doubt that he will cope with it, and he will do the best he can to try and win it this time as well.
So we have a new leader now. We've talked about him before. We were wondering if Brian Holmes was beginning to run down Kanchan and Num, and of course they spun before he got there, and now he's going to come into the pits. What we're going to do is, oh no, I apologize. It wasn't. I forgot. From my point of view, the pits are to the left-hand side. That's right. So Alan peels off. We're going to look at now. We're on board with Fliss. Look at him closing up
on Travis Schwenke.
Now here they are. Now he starts to head down the main straight. Now this is Fliss running in 4th position. And that boy, and now he comes in and he brings it into the pits. Whoa! So now let's go ahead and
taking
pick up
tires, Bill. This is unusual. You see drivers taking tires now. And this is one of the things that we didn't talk about before, that the tire model is such that, yes, it's got lots more grip, and yes, the car is very stable, but the tires go off really quickly.
Okay, here comes Fliss is coming out of the pits now, and it looks like he is going, let me get this straight. Oh, my timing and scoring is a little bit off. Okay, there we go. Nome got out first. Kanchan way behind. Now, we know Kanchan was behind because of that. He was late getting in there because of the spin. So right now, of all the cars who've pitted, it looks like Nome is out first.
Yeah, Sonny Kanchan's actually way back in 20th place. Our leader for the moment is Brian Holmes, who has not yet made a pit stop. In fact, the first 13 cars still have to make their pit stop. So Aeronum is the leader of the cars who have pitted. In between, there's Billy Bob. Right then, it's John Deuce Allen. So we're going to keep an eye on Aeronum and John Deuce Allen as the pit stops go through. Now, one of the things, Bill, is if Aeronum's got a little bit of damage, and he might have some damage on the front of his car due to that accident with Sonny Kanchan, that's going to give John Deuce Allen a really good shot at perhaps, I know it's early days, but perhaps fighting for his first win in this season.
Certainly that could be the case. And now I have all my timing and scoring back there. It left me at a very crucial time, right when pit stops are going on.
And I'm watching John Deuce Allen. He is throwing that car around like you would not believe. And but the car is that easy to drive that he's keeping it on the track. Whole bunch of guys coming to the pits now for their pit stops. Brian Holmes, Travis Schwenke, Ashley Beard, Nick Thiessen, Eric Garcia, Tom Rache, Stephen van Opstal, all in the pits. So that's a big lump of the guys coming in to make their pit stops. And I noticed that some were taking tires, certainly right side tires. Let's see if that's happening again.
So here comes our leader. Errol Num is going across the pit exit right now. We'll see how he does, if he's going to get out. I think he is. Yeah, he's going to go by them all. Holmes is rolling, but Num is going to be our leader.
And most of the drivers are taking right side tires, and that's to be understood. And now they're all rolling once again, and a whole bunch of other guys still doing their pit stops. Tom Ryder, Ashley Beard's sitting there for a long time. He's got some problem.
Yeah, Numb is out in front by 1.3 seconds ahead of Fliss. Deuce Allen right in the mix behind them. They are just in yelling distance of Aero Numb. Billy Bob Wright and Jerome Ursum running a seventh and eighth place. How about our leader right now, Cinderella? It's the Japanese driver, Yasuto Shiraiwa.
That is correct, and he's being followed 8 seconds back though by Michel van Dijk. And then in third place, Carlos Calasaro. Now these guys have not done their pit stops yet, so the positions that they are holding are not true. Once they go into their pit stops, they will fall back. Aero Numb is 33 seconds off the lead, so 33 seconds is plenty of time to regain the lead if the other three in front of him go into the pits, Bill.
And here they come right now as they work their way in. And it looks like now, let me correct here. This is, again, we have to watch out. Robert Hartley was running in second. He scored in 27th. He actually pulls in. Cinderella stays out as the Japanese driver is going to go around one more time, working now lap number 12.
Yeah, Bill, I have no idea, and I know we're talking out of school here, but Robert Hartley does not even show anywhere on my timing and scoring.
Yes, yes, he's the IRTVO or whatever is doing is registering him in 20, I think 29th or 30th position. He's way at the bottom. iRacing though has him in the right spot.
Correct. He's in third place at the moment, and it looks as if Scalasaro's gone into the pits. He's one of those that needs to do his pit stop. So I'm looking here at the lineup, and Fliss has moved between John Allen and Aero Numb. So Fliss is really in it right now.
Yeah, actually, there's our leaders right now. Numb running in third overall behind Van Dijk and Shiraiwa. Running in third, Fliss right behind him, Allen behind him. Then it's about 5 seconds back to Brian Holmes, who had a crushing pit stop.
Yeah, he's 2 seconds slower in his pit stop than the guys in front of him. All of them took about 10 seconds. They were stopped in their pit stalls. Now we see a problem. Billy Bob Wright, Sonny Cantion. Off track for Billy Bob Wright. I think there was another coming together.
And those guys were racing for position, I don't think, and if that Cantion went off as well. Billy Bob Wright and Jerome.
That's got a big dent in the rear of his car, so Billy Bob got into the back of him for sure.
Those were drivers on different pit strategies. Ursum and Billy Bob Wright had yet to pit. Cantion, of course, was much faster, has already come in for his stop. We're watching now from above. You can see now that's Ursum. Yeah. That's Ursum on the left. Billy Bob Wright there in the X-Lax car on the right. And here comes Cantion in the marshmallow machine.
Cantion looking for a way through there. Yep. He's going to go 3 wide, is he? Oh, we missed it.
There goes Sonny off into the grass. Meanwhile, my goodness, Cinderella remains out on the track. How long can Shiraiwa go the distance here? Gonna go one more time, enjoying being out in front, as is Michael Van Dijk. Michelle out in front, running in second behind Shiraiwa.
Well, as far as Sonny Cantion is concerned,
let's go to third. Here comes a pass basically for the lead. This is, my goodness, Patrick Fliss. The Roland Estonian is now back in second as the Slovene machine has found his way around, Richard. It's Fliss and Numb, and watching the whole thing is Deuce Allen.
Yeah, and Deuce Allen doesn't want to be watching for too much longer. They're on lap 13 at the moment, and out of 21 laps, so 7 laps to go after this, after 8 laps to go after this lap. And I think they want to start hustling now. You can see just looking at Aero Numb's car, he's not happy at being overtaken there. They go through Tosa once again. This is lap number 13, as we said. John Allen fighting to catch up to these two in front now. And Jeroen Ursum is in the pits of these, about the last guy to do his pit stop. couple more in front of him. Yasuda and Michelle Van Dijk still have to do their pit stop. Sorry about that. Billy Bob Wright struggling to get into pit lane as well. So Patrick Fliss, Aeronum, John Deuce, Alan, there's your top 3 at the moment.
And they have really, those are the 3 that are going to fight it out, I believe, for the win. Of course, Fliss with 4 second places so far would like to stop being the bridesmaid, maybe get the ring put on and the I do and the kiss. Hey, Cinderella has a curfew. Yasuda Shiraiwa coming in for a pit stop.
Yeah, and still out on track, Michel Van Dijk, so he hasn't made his pit stop yet. Will he come in? He's close to the pit lane. In fact, he's past it. He's going to go around another lap.
Hey, there's no points for leading the lap, but good for Michel Van Dijk out there. Going to get credit with being out in front for a while, get a little screen time.
Now, let's go back here to Travis Schwenke. Travis Schwenke is trailing Brian Holmes and trying to overtake as they come to complete another lap here. Travis Schwenke battling with Brian Holmes, and this is for the 5th, 6th position. So it's 6 and 7 battling at the moment.
Really 4th probably once everything sorts out, once we get Van Dijk out of the way. I think Holmes is following our 3 leaders of Noam, Allen, and Fliss.
And Sonny Canyon currently in 9th place. He is still in it. In 9th place, he's got David Hampson just in front of him at the moment. He is in a hurry. I think the pressure being on Sonny so much at the moment is, I don't know if he's making mistakes, but certainly he's getting himself involved in incidents which is uncharacteristic of Sonny Canyon. Now he's got to do battle here with David Hampson. And let's see if he can, as they run up to Tosa once again, let's see if he can do something with David as they come out of Tosa.
Yeah, this is the halfway mark, and Sonny Canyon doesn't find himself at the top of the point stand. He's racing with the sword of Damocles over his head, and the horsehair is beginning to fray a bit. Is he going to try to make this pass? I think he's got a good run on David Hampson. He's going to, if he tucks to the, no, he's going to back out. He's going to be a little bit patient.
Yeah, David Hampson has got a ton of speed. He's no slouch, David Hampson. So they go now down into the valley sort of area here, and Sonny Canyon gets a little squirrely. David Hampson a little squirrely as well. Out they come, heading up towards the chicane, and Sonny Canyon not able to do anything at this stage. Up ahead of them, of course, is Sergio Moura. So these guys are actually catching up to Sergio at the moment.
Yeah, you know, Richard, I apologize. The driver that we left out of the mix when I said this was we left out Yasuda Shiraiwa is out there running behind Allen. This is a good run for him. In fact,
absolutely.
Make sure I have this right. He's in 12th. Yeah, he's being shown.
Yeah, he went into pits now. Michel Van Dijk is the last one to do his pit stop.
It was a late pit stop.
And so Yasuda's come out in a position now that is about right for him in 12th place.
I had it right. He hasn't been updated on iRacing's timing and scoring because he hasn't come along the start-finish line yet. Yes, now we have back in front here, we have Num moving. Now this is actually finally to the lead as everybody come in. Van Dijk has finally made the pit stop. So now everybody's out of the way. All of our timing and scoring will make sense to the viewers. Aeronum is your leader. Patrick Fliss is second. And right in there is the Buckeye Bullet, Deuce Allen. Allen gonna go off into the beach. He's gonna lose some time, but he keeps it going straight.
And up ahead of them is the first of the cars they'll be lapping. That's Al Heaton. Up ahead of them there is still a little way off, but these guys will be approaching very, very quick. I think John Allen is having a good think about what he's going to do. He's right on the pace. He's got the two of them. They're not getting away from him. Same with Patrick Fliss. He's thinking about what he's going to do. Aaron Num currently in the lead. He is got no thinking to do. He's just going to try and stay in the lead.
Okay, now the leaders, these are all veterans. They should know what happens now. After all the pit cycle is done, it's time for the Eagle Nest Tavern Backmarker 60-second salute. And if these guys are veterans, they know to just behave because we're not going to cover anything right now for the next 60 seconds. Let's go ahead and start with Al Heaton. He is the last car on the lead lap, running in 24th position. Just ahead of him is a newcomer making his first race. That's Patrick Post running in 23rd. My goodness, though, he's got about half a minute to get up to the veteran Billy Bob Wright running in 22nd position in the X-Lax machine. We've had him saw him have an incident earlier with Kanchan. Actually, Beard is running in 21st position. Look, there's a little battle going on here. Oh, Beard's all by himself. I apologize. Beard's in a battle with Joe McDonald. Oh, my goodness. And Jeroen Ursum spins right on camera. Jeroen, thanks for doing that as we get to you in 21st position.
And
Jeroen.
Steven van Opstal has called it a day as well. And it's sad to see Sergio Mora just got overtaken by both David Hampson and Sonny Kanchan. Sergio's got some problem. He's had it all race long as we move now into lap number 16. So these guys are starting their lap number 16, and way out in front it looks like it's Fliss and Allen in front of Num.
And there we go. That'll wrap up our 60-second backmarker review, brought to you by the good folks at Eagle Nest Cavern. Okay, now for the final 6 laps, we'll keep an eye on the lead. We'll follow all the battles. Bad news about Mora. You're right, Richard. He qualified 7th and just didn't seem to have the car under him today. But right now, what we're looking at is the battle for the lead, and it's really anybody's game between Fliss, Allen, and Num.
Yeah, and Num's relegated to 3rd place, and there's a little gap between himself and John Allen. John Allen's got the bit between the teeth, goes wide there, takes advantage of the no incident limit at this track. And now they go deep down into the right-hander, set of right-handers that brings them back up to the Alta chicane. And what can John Allen do against Patrick Fliss? And what can Aero Num do sitting back there watching these two?
Now, if you want to get in between the ears of the... Oh, look at this. Fliss is very loose. He's going to lose a lot of momentum. He's going to certainly lose positions to Allen's going to have it. We'll see if Num wants to capitalize as well. Great save. You know, Richard, that looks like the tires might have helped him there. That car got very loose, and Fliss was able to bring it back.
Yep, and Allen now trying to make the overtake, gets it done. Num was having a look there, but he was on the outside, decided to just lift a little bit. So Fliss stays now in 2nd place, and Aero Num still now in 3rd place there. But Aero's coming. They're moving through the very fast section of the track right now where the draft does come into effect. And at the moment, John Allen looking like he won. And here comes Fliss. He's going to make the move as they go into the first set of the chicanes of the left-handers. And Allen gives it up. No, he stays in it. And Fliss stays in it. Here comes Num as well. They go through Tamburello now. And it looks as if Aero Num wants a piece of the action. He's on the outside, Fliss on the inside there, and Fliss stays in it, still in 2nd place. Big battle going on here. John Allen wide. Fliss goes wide as well to avoid any possible contact, and they manage to recover as they go through Tosa and settle down just for the minute.
I think that's the racing line that the Buckeye Bullet prefers. I've seen him go way out there in the sand before, but now here comes Fliss. Fliss giving a little bit of a love tap there to Allen. Let's go. Hopes of leaving Num behind. Well, that's some wishful thinking. Right now, Fliss has to be thinking, gosh darn it, I'm in 2nd place again. I don't want to finish here. I think he'd rather finish 3rd than 2nd right now. Allen out in front. He's going to have his work cut out for him as they work through Aqua Minerale now. Now they have a little bit of a throttle down until they get down into Alta, this little chicane coming up, 11 and 12 combo.
Yeah.
We'll stay on this a little while longer, Richard.
Yes, and while you're staying with that too, don't have to go to it, but really, David Hampson and Sonny Kanchan, they've been really battling, but Sonny's got past, and Sonny is now up to 6th place. That's not bad for somebody who was stuck in 20th place not that long ago.
Allen got loose out of Alta, and he's going to have to sacrifice. He just had no drive off of the chicane, and he gives up the position to Fliss now. Now they work around through Ravassa. This is probably going to be okay for Allen because he's right behind. He gets a pretty good drive off of 15. He can have this spot if he wants it. Let's see what kind of line the Slovene machine takes. It looks like he's going to stay to the right-hand side of the track. He's going to give that to the Buckeye Bullet if he wants it. Here comes Deuce Allen on the inside. They give themselves plenty of room down the straight as they work their way into the 2-3-4 combination. And yes, easily done. Allen is out in front ahead now as they go through 2, 3, and 4. Watching the whole thing back there is Errol Num. Fliss now right on the back of Allen. Let's stay for this a little longer. Let's watch the racing line that Allen takes here as they come through these corners to see if he goes off into the beach one more time. Fliss all over the back of him. Here they go again. Allen does a little better job of keeping it there. He doesn't need a sunscreen this time. Still in the lead.
And a big battle going on behind these three for 4th and 5th place between Travis Schwenke and Brian Holmes. But Schwenke has gotten past Holmes, but Holmes doesn't like that at all. And he's been fighting back to try and get past Travis Schwenke again. But Travis having none of it. So we'll keep an eye on this battle behind the leaders as well.
And still nothing going on, so let's go ahead and drop back 2 more cars. This is something that's been trying to happen for a long time, a battle between Hampson and Kanchan. Kanchan, for the life of him, cannot get around David Hampson in 6th position.
Yes, and Sonny Kanchan, it surprised me that with the car that damaged, that he still got pace, but obviously the front part of the car is not damaged, which is the fun part of the car, the important part of the car, because that's where the engine is. And yes, you're right, he just can't get past David Hampson. David Hampson doing a fantastic job. But there again, Bill, it's this new time model. It evens things out a lot between drivers who are perhaps a second or so off the pace of clearly a faster rival. But look at it now, Sonny Kanchan right on him. Sonny's going to try and make the move on the inside here. There's a left-hand turn coming up, of course. David Hampson is battling as Sonny has to pull out there. Sonny goes in. There's a bit of a tap there. There's a little bit of contact between Sonny Kanchan and David Hampson. David won't be happy about that one.
And as he went off into the grass, and he had a hard time getting it back together. Meanwhile, let's go up to the lead right now because we have a pass. Fliss is going to get it done as they go into their familiar spots. This is into the Tamburello again. We have a new leader. It's Fliss. They are working lap number 19 right now. They have 3 to go. Now, Richard, I don't think there's enough time. There might be enough time out of Ravasa. That's corner 15 to make the pass before the start-finish line. But I don't think so. I think if you're in the lead coming out of 15, you're probably in good position. I guess the passing was where you would want to make it is when you see the white flag, you would want to make it going into 2 that time around.
Yeah, the thing is, I haven't seen that the draft is that powerful here, Bill. So if you're behind, even coming out of the number 15, the Ravasa there, you're going to stay behind possibly on the run to the flag. So, and the run to the flag from turn 15 is not that long. So you really want to get it done going into 14, I think, Bill. That's the crucial corner.
Right, and one of my Achilles' heels as a commentator is always knowing where the finish line is. It is earlier than the start line here at Imola. It's much quicker, so yeah, there's not going to be a lot of time out of 15 to get it done. We've seen drivers go wide and have issues, but if you can get a good run out of 15, you're probably feeling pretty good if you're in the lead. So we'll have to see now. These guys, remember, they're working with 3 to go. This is when the chess game starts. And I'm not sure Errol Num, Richard, wants to be in 3rd position right now. I think that's a little far to make a move at this track.
Yeah, now you want to be in front. You really want to be in front. Fliss has got that position. John Deuce Allen, just have a look when they get onto the front stretch this time. There's going to be, everybody's going to try their hardest to get in front before they get to turn number 1.
And here they come. We've yet to see a driver take a really defensive line to the left going into Tamburello. Let's see what Deuce Allen does this time. He's kind of in the middle. And now he's going to ease back over to actually, that's kind of the racing line goes over there. So don't be fooled by that. Yes, now here's the defensive line. Fliss is defensive.
Yep, Fliss is defensive. Out on the outside, John Allen loves attacking from the outside. And what that does is it puts him in a good position for the next corner as they come out of 3. But he gets loose. And here comes both Errol Num. He manages to hold on. The 3 of them battling away here. This is crucial. Here they come into the next chicane. And I thought Num was going to do it there, but he does not. And of course, there's 1 lap to go after this. This is not the last lap. Meanwhile, Patrick Fliss liking this, battling between between Aaron Num and John Allen that's just slowing them down a fraction and giving Patrick Fliss an opportunity to make a few car lengths, a bit of a getaway there from Fliss.
Num took a couple swipes at the back of Allen's car.
Yes.
Didn't turn him, but just kind of sideswiped him with the nose as he came across. Allen doing a great job of keeping it straight. I don't think Fliss got away far enough where he can feel comfortable right now as they work their way now through Aqua Minerale. They're going to come down. Now here comes the 11-12 chicane of Alta. This is very important, and I'm not sure how good Allen is out of this one, so let's watch this. Num has to be really bit worried now as the time is running out. He's still back in third. Let's see what kind of drive they get out of 12. Pretty good from everybody, Richard.
Yeah, and the battle just behind them, between Schwenke and Holmes, continues with Holmes having got in front of Travis Schwenke again into fourth place, and Schwenke in fifth. Battle for the lead, here we go.
And it happens in Tamburello. It happens even before they get to the straight. This is interesting. Making the move on the high side. This is Deuce Allen. He takes the long way around. Fliss stuck on the inside. Does not get much momentum out of 15. And now he is relegated back to third position. Let's see what kind of line Allen takes here. As here comes the Roland Estonian. And he is a Roland as he gets to the inside now. Allen will not be able to defend here. Look at this. Errol Num is going to have to leave. Watch for Fliss now making a move on the outside.
This is crazy stuff. Yes, there, wise move there. Thank you, Patrick Fliss, for pulling out of that. Aaron Num got in front by virtue of the fact that John Allen also pulled out and allowed him to get in front there. That could have been nasty with all three of them trying to crowd into turn one together, which they didn't do, thankfully.
Okay, we set up now. This is the white flag lap, and it took him a while to get there. Look at that wide line that Allen takes again. He's familiar with it. He's got his bucket. He's got his umbrella. He's ready for the beach. Okay, it is Num out in front. I'm not sure if really that's where he wants to be right now. We'll see what happens. I guess he'd rather be in front. Better be in first than third right now. Fliss has got to be saying, how am I back in third? I was up in front. Stuck in between those two guys is Deuce Allen. Where is he going to make the move right now? Aqua Minerale thinks is where he's going to get it. If he can get the run on the outside, getting into 9 to 10, not going to happen right now. Here they come down. This is the two right-handers. It's Allen in the middle. Now, Num does not get a good run through the Allen's right behind him.
Few more corners left. They head towards Alta. This is the last chicane on the track here. And it looks as if Num's defensive Allen trying to get on his inside is not going to happen. There goes Num through the chicane. Fliss as well through there. Well, and again, Allen is loose, but manages to hang on to this car. Now, this is it. This is where the overtaking maneuver has got to happen. If Fliss has got any opportunity, I think Aaron Num's got it. But here comes Fliss. They're very, very close. He gets squeezed by John Allen. And he's got an opportunity. One more chance. Over to you, Bill.
And they come out of the final corner, and it looks like the winner is going to be Errol Num. Second position is going to go to Deuce Allen, and it looks like Patrick Fliss is not going to get there for third. That's how they finish up. Schwenke
not done yet. There's the line right there. We just crossed the line now.
Schwenke and Holmes are going to come across in fourth and fifth in that, or fifth. Yeah, we're going to get fourth position to Schwenke. Holmes is going to get fifth.
Canton got past David Hampson eventually.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, my apologies. He turned him into the turn number 14 there. That's right.
Looking for any battles out there. Let's go ahead. Garcia in a battle coming across. Looks like Garcia is going to get the nod over Van Dyke. Garcia gets 10th position.
Rachi was in a battle. Rachi finishes now.
Shiraiwa getting the nod. Yep. No, Rachi's going to get the nod over Shiraiwa. You were on that one.
Yep.
Look, Sergio Mora, my goodness, back in 15th position. Talk about the car just not working for him right now. How about we go back to Dries Nice? This is Mark King. Is he in a battle with Nice? Looks like Nice is going to get that spot.
Oh, I'm going to have some fun with Dries Nice. Dries Nice calls me the old man.
I got a battle for you. Let's go to 20th position. This is some old-timers. Billy Bob right in there with Jeroen Ursum right now, looking for a top 20 finish. That's right in the X-Lax car. That's Ursum out in front in the Eagle Nest Tavern machine.
Nice.
Let's see how this finishes up as they work through now. Ravasa, here we go. This is the final corner. I don't know if Billy Bob's going to have enough to get there.
No, he has got enough. Jeroen
there's
is going to finish ahead there of Billy Bob. Right, this is good fun. Not done yet. Not done yet. I can tell you they will be coming to the start finish right now.
And then our last car on the lead lap is Patrick Post, going to come home 23rd. But on the lead lap, Patrick, that's a victory. Okay, you're watching the Global Sim Racing Channel's coverage of the Heusinkveld Engineering MX-5 World Tour, season number 13, round number 6 from Imola. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back to run down the entire final standings, do driver interviews, and close up shop. Back in a few. Welcome back to the Global Sim Racing Channel's coverage of the Heusinkveld Engineering MX-5 World Tour Season number 13 from Imola, round 6, and we just had a humdinger of one. Getting his third win of the season is the Roland Estonian Errol Nunn, the Buckeye Bullet. Boy, he wanted the win so bad, but it's not going to happen today. He has to settle for second. I guess it's good news that you didn't get another second position. That's Patrick Fliss. He's going to come home in third. Travis Swenke was in a battle with Brian Holmes the last half of the race. Swenke's going to get the nod there, finishing fourth, just ahead of Gnomes. Sonny Ketchen able to work his way up after the contact with Gnome that dropped him well back into the stand. He's going to bring it home in sixth position, ahead of David Hansen, who had a little trip through the Italian alfalfa there to bring it home in that position. Gene Fittis very quietly in 8th position. The California Kid, Garrett Garcia in 9th. Rounding out the top 10, he led for a little while, Michelle Van Dyke. Richard?
Correct. And then we've got Robert Hartley, who never showed on my timing and scoring at all. But he got 11th place. Tom Raje got 12th place. 13th place went to Carlos Calasara. 14th place, very unfortunate race for Sergio Moura there, 14th place for him. 15th place is where Dries Nice ended up. Mark King came in 16th place. Then Ashley Beard, I'm sure he would have hoped for better, in 17th place. Jordi Fike in 18th place. We heard him say the first race where he was not involved in an incident. Yasuta Saraiva in 19th place. And Joe McDonald in 20th place. Joe, of course, had that unfortunate incident into the wall after Tosa.
Yeah, bad news for Jeroen Urson and Billy Bob Wright. Our timing and scoring show that as a battle for 20th, but when they cross the line, iRacing gives it officially Jeroen Urson in the blackjack position, Billy Bob Wright in the double deuce spot just outside of the top 20. Last car on the lead lap, Patrick Post, though nice run from him. Then we get to the cars that had some issues. Al Heaton 1 lap down, 7 laps down for Stephen Van Opstel in 25th. 10 laps down for Nick Thiessen, and Ricardo Margarita is 12 down in 27th position. 28th, 29th, and 30th, all 18 to 20 laps down. Diego Almeida, Rodrigo Refri, and we don't know what happened to Fraser Williamson. He's way back there, last car to take the grid. He's going to get credited with 30th position. Okay, there you have it, Richard. Let's see if we can do some interviews. It looks like the Roland Estonian, our winner's ready to be talked to, so I'm going to let Richard talk to him. Let's see if we can bring Aero in here so we can talk to him. There we go.
Okay. Aero, Nam, you got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Hello, Aero. This was quite a fun race for you guys, for you in particular, always near the top there. Tell us what happened between yourself and Sonny, because that was a little unfortunate.
Yeah, at the end, I think he broke late and got loose, and I tried everything to not hit him, but there was a little netcode hit, so yeah, that was my fault maybe. I don't know. It looked so close.
Yeah, I know that there will be nothing deliberate from your side or from Sonny's side. You guys have great respect for each other. Very unfortunate, because you two guys were leading well up to that point. But then things got a little close with Patrick Fliss and John Allen. Tell us about that last couple of laps there, where you really had, you were sitting in third for most of the run up to the final laps, and then you got your opportunity. Tell us about that.
Yeah, then I knew the third place is nothing. I have to be second going to the last lap. But yeah, I tried everything to pass the last 3 laps to get the second place, but I don't even remember what happened to the last lap.
Well, all we know is you got to the front and then you managed to hold it there. And in fact, coming out of turn number 14 and 15 on the last lap, you actually picked up some car lengths on the 2 behind you. So a really good win for you, and this is your 3rd win, we believe. Bill's got all the stats there, and this should put you in a it should put you in a good position for attacking the top of the championship. Bill, you have a question?
No, I was just impressed. It was where did you want to be, Errol? Were you considering ahead of time where you wanted to be on that last lap? Did you want to be out in front?
Yeah, definitely in front. That was the best place for the last lap.
Well, it worked for you. Congratulations. Going to move you up the standings a little bit. Good luck, and we'll see you tomorrow in the Absolute Beginner League there in the Skippies.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
All right.
There you go, Aero Nam. Yep, our winner for today. Bill?
going to see a lot of these drivers doing double duty, little cross-pollination on that Sunday morning race, for me at least, in the Skippies for the Absolute Beginner League. Let's go ahead and talk to our second place driver. My goodness, I thought maybe the win was there for you, Deuce. Congratulations on the second. You must have had fun.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. That's not in doubt.
All right, let's talk. First of all, I want to talk about, you spent a lot of time in the beach on this race. You have a really wide line you were taking through some of those corners, those exits.
Well, the one place where I thought that I was quicker, it was Villeneuve, and a couple times I was surprised at where, like, Flisco broke, and I think I was behind Arrow one time there too. So a couple of them early were just reactionary to regather the car, but that was the place ultimately I was going to try and take the lead back at the end. It was the only place where it looked like I was considerably faster than either one of them, and there were a couple places I was definitely slower. So the last 4 or 5 laps, it was about figuring out where you want to be.
They were coming on that last lap, lap 21. They were coming from all angles there. You're kind of stuck in the middle. You had Num coming on the inside. You had Patrick looking on the outside of you there going into that first chicane.
Yeah, biggest thing is I decided I did not want to be in third, too far back to charge from. I didn't mind being in second. I kind of gave up the lead and didn't fight there because I really thought that through 5 and 6 I might be able to put an overtake into 7, but that didn't work out. And then it was just about holding on there at the very end to keep the second step of the podium.
Yeah, you were right behind him. You were as close as you could be without getting into the back of him, but there's just no way around. Hey, I thought it was a great race on your part. Congratulations. Good to see you do so well. Let's see how you do on the second half of the season.
Yeah, I'll keep attending as much as I can, and love being here with you guys. And this, racecraft is always the best out there. So, thanks for having me.
Right.
Can I just, before you go, John, can I just ask you a quick question? This new tire model, some of the drivers have taken to it and some have not. Where do you stand with the new tire model?
Still a pretty small cross section, but I like it. I like it the best of anything they've done so far, and largely because of recoverability. It may be not quite as grippy for just driving hot laps, but if you get out of sorts, I think you can catch it easier than anything prior. And that came in handy because actually going into 7 on the second to last lap, Arrow did a little over-under there that almost was a pit maneuver. It caught the rear bumper, and I thought that was it, but we kept it together.
All right. Well, I'm sorry to keep you up there. Thanks for talking to us, John, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Cheers, guys.
I know just the incident he was talking about. It was we commented about it. It was a side swipe from the back there and Num on his tail lights. Okay, that'll wrap it up for us. We'd like to thank everybody here at the Quality Racing Sim-dicate for organizing the series and contracting with GSRC to broadcast it. Thanks to Heusinkveld Engineering, affordable simulation software and hardware are thought to be limited use for race teams and drivers, but their simulation solutions bring professional results within reach for any race team or driver without having to compromise on realism or engineering value. They offer a broad array of products and services such as advanced vehicle simulation software and hardware. They are able to simulate any combination of race car and track, including a full-fledged cockpit environment with unparalleled realism. Heusinkveld Engineering Solutions are currently being used in professional teams and drivers in Formula Ford, GP3, GP2, and Formula 1. Now these products are available for any professional team or driver looking for an edge in racing. Be a better race car driver and get in touch today. Thanks to Six Sideways, a full-service motorsports company based in Sebring, Florida, which currently competes in the SCCA Pro Racing Battery Tender Mazda MX-5 Cup Championship. Six Sideways offers car build preparations, rental transportation, maintenance, trackside support, setup services, driver coaching, marketing, media services, race car storage, and more. Contact them with your motorsports needs at sixsideways.com. Thanks to the company's equipment and software that you see on the screen right now that we use on the broadcast. The original music that you heard on today's broadcast is thanks to Eric Ekholm and Casey Lalonde. See the screen for how to contact them. The Heusinkveld Engineering MX-5 World Tour returns in 2 weeks, April 22nd, to continue an MWT tradition when Round 7 goes to the strange and wonderful Southern configuration at Silverstone. GSRC will be be there to bring you all the action. We hope that you tune in. If you'd like to find out more about GSRC, such as dates for upcoming races, your best bet is GlobalSimRacingChannel.com. We're also on Twitter at GSR Channel and Facebook at Global Sim Racing Channel. And finally, on behalf of my mic mate Richard Losper, our director Joe Peak, and camera artist Dougie Beard, I'd like to thank all of you for watching. With that said, it's time for us to go have fun storming the castle. So until next time, race clean, race hard, and we'll see you on the track.